Okay, today on the workbench we have the Super Space Commander TV robot. It was made in the early 1970s in Japan, and this one was sent to me for repair, and that the motor is running but it wasn't walking, and the pictures weren't moving in the chest. As you can see, I've already taken the front off. The nice thing about these particular ones is on the back. Just get where you can keep everything in picture. You've got a screw in the head, 2 screws below the arms, and a screw in the crotch. If you take those 4 screws out, you can then lift the front off, which I have sitting here holding all the other parts. As soon as you lift the front off, the arms will fall off and the 2 earpieces will fall off. Now, the problem with this, and I told the owner this in case they wanted to try to do the repair, was going to be the pinion gear on the motor. Let's see if we can get that in there. Okay, I think you can see it way back in there. The small gear, the white one. Initially it wasn't white. The one that was in there was an off-white color and was cracked, which means they spin, which means the motor runs, but then the toy doesn't do anything. So in order to get clear back in there to get to that gear, you're going to need to move this barrel cage out of the way. In order to move the moving picture barrel out of the way, you've got these 2 tabs here. You grab your needle nose and twist them around flat to where you can I'm putting these back in now so that we can play with it later, so that you can move this whole carriage piece. See this piece of metal here? This is a factory bend. Isn't anything wrong with that. And it comes down around, and there's a little leg that sits and rests there. Other than that, this part isn't fastened to this lower gearbox frame at all. It's held in place by the battery box. It does, however, have wires coming off of it you have to be mindful of for the light bulb that's inside there, which I think there, you can see the bulb down in there. And there's a spring. Let's see if you can get that where you can see it. You see that spring on the shaft keeps the drum pushed down against this rubber wheel. As these toys get older, that rubber wheel becomes a problem. One day they become very non-rubbery and brittle and disintegrate and everything. This one's still in pretty good shape, as were the ratchet wheels on the bottom. They were still in good shape. It's a shuffle walker in that the legs just shuffle forward and backward with the ratchet wheels on the bottom, and the legs just move in slots in the body. They can tend to bind up without the front on there. I'm going to try to run it, but I'm just letting you know ahead of time what's going on. Now, got it binding up already. Like I say, it's kind of hard to run this thing without the front on. Maybe if I have it standing upright. There we go. So you can see it's walking. You can see the picture's turning around. Interesting thing about the on-off switch is this piece of metal is riveted to the frame. The frame becomes, it's actually positive voltage in this case, and when you move this over, this piece of metal literally rubs on the inside of this battery contact piece. When you slide that over, it simply rubs against that, completes a circuit of that positive voltage to the frame, which then goes to the motor and makes everything run. Now I'm going to try to put this thing together. Sometimes it can be kind of a pain, especially if you're trying to keep everything in frame. We're going to give it a shot here though. The ears should be aiming backward when you assemble this one. If you ever get one when the ears are aiming forward, then you know somebody's probably worked on it. See if we can get these screws out without losing them. Dropped one down inside the robot. Let's get some needle nose and pick that screw out of there. There we go. Got the 4 screws. Here's what the inside part of the body looks like versus the outside. The ears don't really want to sit there without falling out. So I'm going to start the body first and then attempt to get the ears in place. You can see now the arm's falling off. It's quite the little jigsaw puzzle to put these things together. Because as soon as you lift something up enough for one part, another part falls off until you can get it all situated. Like so. Not 100% sure what's hanging up here. Here we go. I'm going to put the screw in the head first because that way I won't have to keep worrying about those ears dropping off. Like so. That's good. Let's put the one in the crotch. That way we'll have it sandwiched top and bottom. That's good. The arms in here. You can see there's the Made in Japan logo embossed in the plastic. The on-off that I was telling you about. Now let's give it a shot and see if we're still working. Oh yeah. Let's turn the light off on here. So as you're moving space scene and your walking action, and there you have it. Your Super Space Commander, made in Japan, early 1970s.